Hallelujah. It's wonderful to be here on a wonderful day like this. I wish to use this opportunity to wish all the dads happy Father's Day. It's not the easiest of job to be a father, which is why many along the way break down, many along the way give up. So many things happen along the way. But I wish to use this opportunity to congratulate you. If God has used you to bring someone into this world, happy Father's Day. God has used you to raise someone, happy Father's Day. God has put you in somebody's life to play that role as a father, happy Father's Day. And if you are still wondering what hit you, because a child or children came into your life and you are not able to recover from that shock, possibly because you were not prepared for it, I still want to wish you happy Father's Day, because that's not the end of the world, provided you are ready to make amends. There are some of us who think that to be a parent in general is about being perfect, especially if those of us from the church background. We make so many things about being perfect. That's not what it's about. I believe it's about providing leadership. And that leadership has to start with self-leadership. That you do the things, you start by doing the things that ought to be done, not because they are easy to do, not because you like to do them, but because they are the proper things to do. They are just the right things to do. So it's not about convenience. It's not about, oh, it's nice, or you feel good about it. So many things today are made to be about feelings. So even if it will hurt the future, if it feels good today, you go ahead and do it. Well, that's just part of the things I feel I should share today. But the other thing that came to mind, as I was thinking about what to share, is if you have missed that early stage from 1 to 7, you miss that time to impart the life of God, to train the child as he should be, I should be when he grows or she grows up, when they grow up. If you miss that opportunity, or what you did not do tends to be haunting you now, here is my suggestion. My suggestion is that you do something different. Do something different. And maybe the cost of not doing that is making your life very unpleasant. I mean, you wish your children were doing better. You wish they could listen to you now, and you kind of feel that um, you lost them. That might not be the case. What you need to do is to cause something to happen, which you are able to. This is one of the things we saw work for us as our children were growing up before they all became adult. When we discover that we have either offended them or we were misunderstood or our good intentions were misunderstood, usually we used to gather, especially on Saturdays. We'll gather and have what we call wisdom time. We'll use the wisdom time to allow them to express their feeling, to share whatever whatever challenge they had during the week, or something came up within the week, and we all were too busy to pay attention to anybody's concerns. So we use the wisdom time to share with them. And that is also the opportunity we would use to apologize. And over the years, we kept at it. See, it's not about doing one big thing that everybody likes. You do it once in a while. No, but it's the consistency. Is the secret is in being consistent. And as you go on, they will see that this is a valuable thing to the family. The godliness, the emphasis, the persistence, that you've not given up. You've not tried to go veer off. And they see you are not just talking about it, you are living it. Nothing preaches to your child than that. It's not the shouting. It's not the pretext. It's not trying to act as if you know everything. When they see your genuineness. Was I blessed this morning when one of our children called and really took time. She has never done that before. It really took time to express her gratitude, to appreciate the sacrifices, the ones she knows about, the ones she doesn't know. I'm just trying to say the things she said with my words. I was deeply touched and blessed, encouraged to know that the things that the public may not see, not only does God see. In fact, one of the days we were still trying, we were feeling upset about, something that the junior ones were doing. And our eldest daughter said, Dad, they are hearing. So I want to encourage you. If you think your children are not hearing the good things you are repeating, I want to encourage you, they are hearing. Today, we can look back and say, truly, they were hearing. They were hearing. So it's for you not to give up. The things that you are doing, you know, are the right things. Not just good things, but the right things. You are doing the proper things. Keep doing them. Keep at it. Apply yourself. Let the grace of God flow through you. See, as you are raising the children, you also are being raised. You are learning. So something I need to say is that it's not about being perfect at all. I am far from being a perfect dad. But hear me, I'm grateful to God that all the inputs were not in vain. There is nothing you give yourself to. There is nothing you give yourself to. And ask for the help of God, he will not help you. Sometimes it will look like, oh, God has forgotten about you because of maybe some financial pressures, maybe some emotional, psychological pressures. God is seeing. He's seeing your investment. He's seeing your effort. He's seeing the time you put into it. He sees your heart that you want to please him. He will help you. He said in his word, I will help you. So I've said another thing there. And the next thing I want to say is you can actually make some changes. You can actually do that. But don't just something that has to do with your child, your son, your daughter that has grown up feeling that you didn't care about him or her. Make time. I mean, now we are blessed. We have this thing that is helping us to fill up the gap. That's we close the distance. So it doesn't matter how far, whether he or she or they are at the end of the world, they are very far away. You are just one phone call away. Call your son, call your daughter, apologize. As we went on, we discovered that there are certain things, some of our children were going through, but maybe they felt we were not going to understand. They didn't share it then. Now they share it. Don't try to be defensive. Don't try to say, I did everything for you. I killed myself, even though I'm still breathing. And how can you say that to me? Put yourself aside and apologize to your son, your daughter. Apologize to them. Tell them, I'm sorry. I am sorry. In fact, don't try to make them feel guilty for even saying it. Genuinely apologize. And I know they will appreciate it. Where they felt, oh, you showed more love, more attention, you gave more attention to one than them, or a particular person is feeling that way, clear the air. If you did, own up to it. There's this story about a mother who preferred one daughter to the other, and people are still doing it today. Men do it, women do it. But today I'm talking to the men. And you saw that you said, this is my favorite daughter, as if the others didn't come from you. You need to apologize to the one you offended and do everything within your own ability to make up. Let them know it's not that you knew better. That's the much you knew, and that's the much you delivered. Few years ago, after all the children have left home, one had to come back home, and as we were chatting, he said, "Dad," and I said, "Yes." He said, "I want us to go to the park." I said, "What for?" He said, "You didn't swing me enough when I was a child." I said, "Really? Okay, let's go." Now, it wasn't time to argue. It wasn't time to say, "But you are now an adult. You were eager to leave home. Why are you coming to harass me or disturb me?" We went. How many times did I swing her? Not many, but she enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. We both became happy. I said, if that's all that is left, can we go? Because I don't want any of them to look back and say, you didn't swing me enough. That's why I'm acting crazy. And thank God none is. So I'm saying that to say, if you did not, or if you created that kind of environment, you have the upbringing where your children are free to express how they feel to you, feel about you to you. If you have that kind of, if that was your own style, that's the style we use. We allow them to express themselves. And they do it much more now because they see that nobody will scream, nobody will say, "Oh, you did that." So they are even open to tell you things you didn't know about them after they left school. They tell you gladly. If you're not like that parable, the father, see, there's an aspect of the parable of the prodigal son we seem to ignore. The dad, the father was not just a father, he was a dad. Eh? So when he sat down and thought, he knew the father was not the kind that would say, "You mean you wasted everything?" Now, we should not raise children who will waste the things that we labor together, but be the kind of father that if by any chance they've wasted, they squandered everything, they squandered the things you taught them, and they don't have anywhere else to go, they will not miss to think about returning home. These are very salient things I believe I should share. I just thought I should just share with you these things that may sound simple, but they are very profound. Today, God has helped us. All our children are now adults. They're able to live on their own. Once in a while, my wife would think of cooking and sending to the ones that were, in the university. But she doesn't do it every time. Why? We did our best to show them, teach them the basic things they needed, the simple things, what my mother used to call home economics, that they needed to know. Man or woman, they know how to take care of themselves, cook for themselves, keep their things. There are some children that cannot keep one thing without losing them. Why? They think those things you can just pick them up, or my father can just do it. They don't know about what they go through. They don't even know how to look after themselves. That is wrong. You cannot live the life for your children. You cannot always be there. You have misdirected them to make them think that because you are alive, you'll be their God. You are always there whenever they need you. You want to be a super mom, super dad. Don't do that. You are hurting them. So rethink where you missed it. Call them. Otherwise, you will labor till the day you leave this earth, and then you leave them on the earth stranded. Raise your children up in a way that, with or without you, they know one thing: God on my side, and with the things I've been taught, I can face life the way it comes. Don't always jump in to take the punishment for them. Oh, the school wants to discipline them, you go and take the discipline. They want them to do this, sit at the corner. You want to go and sit on the discipline corner for them. Don't do it. Don't do it. The other thing I want to mention, for those who are just coming up, don't praise your child because he's perfect. And when you have to discipline, please don't go overboard. Don't overdo it. And many times we are driven by what will people say. It's not what will people say. We should have the heart of acceptance for our children. That acceptance is unconditional. And yet you have that mind that I have to train this child. So the emphasis is on training. But what will you train the child? Or how will you train the child when you yourself, you don't know? There's this adage. They talk about asking the baby lizard why he doesn't have hair. The baby lizard wouldn't have hair because the mother doesn't. It's a very simple, straightforward thing. So there's nothing there to sound very mysterious. Why the baby lizard does not have hair, doesn't grow hair, is because the mother and the father, they don't. Okay? So you don't expect the unexpected. All right? So what you really want them to believe, leave it out. And if they have outgrown that stage, I want to repeat, you can make amends. You can call them up one by one, or do one of the things that we do, and that is we have a family WhatsApp group. We have a family WhatsApp group where there is a meeting up. And during that time, whatever we need to apologize for, even if it happens now, or you get to hear them out, allow them to express. They are upset. Allow them to express. Don't turn them away. See, these children, God did not just give them for our own pride, for you to say, I have 3 children. They're this, they are that, they are that. What did you impart to them? Did you make them trust you than they trust God? One of the greatest achievements you have is not just raising a child to become independent, but is actually to raise a child who will become dependent on God, even when he or she has become independent. This is what I believe I should share with you today. So for all the dads, before I close, I watched this clip, and one of these TV personalities asked the child, is that your father? Said, no, it's not just my father, that's my dad. That spoke volumes to me. So if you're just a father, and then being the father, your children are trying to bring you into their life, you keep escaping. You are an absentee father. For whatever feeling you have, whatever you went through, you will not use that as an excuse. Go for healing. Find where you can find healing. You don't know where to go to? Indicate. By the grace of God, I can help you. I can help you by the grace of God. If I don't, I'll make an effort to signpost you to who can help you. But I'm saying it's not an excuse for you to say, because this was done against me when I was a child, so I'm going to be a terrible father for that reason. Think of the effect the far-reaching impact, the negative impact that will have on your child or your children. So for you to make amends, you need to recover. You need to heal. And you need to allow yourself to heal. And for that to happen, you need to want to heal. Some of us, we like the reason as the excuse, as the basis for us losing out in life and then affecting others negatively. You carry your trouble around. Wherever you see someone, very innocent person, then you will shoot, stray bullet, and hurt another person. And that's what many of us do as fathers. We carry the hurt. Maybe it was your father, maybe it was your mother that hurt you. You carry it along, and you have allowed decades to pass, and you're passing on the effect, the negative effect, to your children. So is that what you want them to remember? You don't like the memory you have. So why do you want your children to have worse memory than the one you have? I pray that this Father's Day will be a time of reflection. And for those of you that your children are appreciating you, receive with gratitude. Thank God for it. And those of you who think you messed up, it can be a time of recovery, can be a time. I know sometimes they may need you calling them more than once. Just do it. Do it. Make sure that they do not forget that experience, where maybe for the first time, they are going to hear the voice, the sound of humility in the tone of voice you have. They're going to see someone humble for the first time. They never thought you could be humble. They never thought you could say, I'm sorry. Let this be an opportunity to do it. And God will bless you. And you are going to leave this world a better place than when you met it. God bless you. And happy Father's Day to all the dads. All the dadas. Happy Father's Day to you. And all the women that love them. Happy Father's Day. Celebrate them. Appreciate them. Don't focus on their mistakes. It's not easy. This world is expecting too much from men. And some men are dying to please the world, and the world is not seeing. Well, God bless you, and happy Father's Day once again. Blessed and prosperous new week. Until next broadcast, have a wonderful one. God bless you, and bye for now.